Greg, bring us back, man. I mean, financial services and fintech. Dude, how'd you end up here?
Great question. That's a deep one. We'll give the good summary here. So basically, a little bit about, again, me and my background. I went to school in Boston, graduated in 2012 with a business degree from a school called Brandeis University. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but small liberal arts school, actually initially founded on Jewish principles, but very diverse. And one of the things that I was focused on during school was actually being pre-med. My dad is a doctor. He's kind of instilled, just good work ethic, but also just, the opportunity that medical career could provide. As you kind of are figuring things out through college and just even when you're younger in your career, you're not really sure of the right steps you're taking. You kind of think and you hope that it's going to be the right one for you. And eventually maybe you find your purpose, and that's great. For me, that path and that process took a little bit longer. So I was pre-med for about 3 years. And then through that, I started getting involved in entrepreneurship. I was always good at talking to people, or that's, I guess, what I enjoyed and what people told me they, found fond of me of. But, I enjoyed speaking with people and, being personable, and, I was doing sales, and I was just trying to get involved in business because I knew if you had skill sets of learning business, finance, things like that, you would pretty much do well, depending on, your career, but almost anything, as long as you have those top skill sets, it would take you far. So when I was pre-med, I wasn't happy, and I was trying to figure things out. My senior year got my business degree. And then I decided, going into the first year out of school, I took my first job. And that opportunity was a sales kind of, consulting job as a financial advisor. And one of the things that I realized was I didn't know a lot about money. I knew some people close to me who had made some really bad financial decisions. I also had some people in my network, thanks to my family, that had made some really good ones. And I saw the total contrast of what that, was for their lives respectively. And I just, wanted to figure out a way where I can make an impact on people quickly at a young age. Also learn skill sets that I didn't know to teach myself, and get some licenses underneath my belt. So whatever else I did in the future, I could jump and pivot and maybe move if it didn't end up working out. So I ended up taking that gig. It was with ING. I don't know if you guys have heard ING Financial, like the old lion. Okay, Josh is waving, shaking his head.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're now Voya in the United States, and yeah, it was a new advisor training program with a group called McAdam Financial. Still close with some of those guys today. They really helped mold and help me build my career as an advisor, taught you everything from start to finish in this new advisor training program of how to help a family, with investments, planning, tax strategies, estate planning, insurance. And I was going around to like home shows in like Boston and New Hampshire to try and meet people face to face and meet clients. And it was really old school, but the system that they had at the time worked. We then got into some cold calling. So I did that, in a sales career. That's pretty much, any sales career, you got to eventually go through that rite of passage. And, had some results, but throughout that entire journey, those 3 years that I was with that organization, I started questioning the methods of how to really build a business. And, I was learning from people in the industry that were very knowledgeable about financial services. They were knowledgeable about products. But one thing that stuck out to me that I felt was missing is I didn't feel that everyone was super knowledgeable about like digital marketing. And that was just something that I was always trying to figure out. Like I see people on YouTube, I see people online making, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, like online. How can I do that? And I really went through this like self-exploration phase of figuring it out. So jumped from that firm to another firm, the next 3 years of my career, which was Penn Mutual, learned the insurance game. Similar, it was a little bit better in the sense of marketing, but still kind of doing things like in more of an old school manner. And through that process, I actually hired a consulting agency to build me a marketing funnel, because I was like, you know what? I don't know how to do this myself. I got to pay someone who's an expert to teach me and maybe help me do it. Did that, paid like 10 or 15 grand to get that whole thing built with landing pages, with email sequences, with the offer about, and it was at the time an insurance offer. And believe it or not, I ran it through our compliance department as well as that firm and then my next firm, and I could not get it off the ground. So that was kind of the pain point where I'm like, man, I'm in this industry that's just like boxed in. No one's teaching me. I know there's some really smart people in here, but I still got to find them in this space. And I'm trying to figure out how I can stick with this, because I really love what I do and loved what I did at the time, right? Helping people with personal finance and money management. And I'm just still fascinated with everything, including, the markets and how just the economy works today. but I just wanted to do it in an effective way and scale, right? And make my life easier and provide more value. And that's always, I think, the name of the game in business. After that, just real quick, did a quick stint with Prudential for a couple years. And then through that process, I ended up finding Snappy Kraken because they were marketing to me. So as an advisor, right, I was as an advisor myself looking for a marketing system. They were marketing to me, ended up figuring out, hey, maybe I could actually teach other financial advisors what I've gone through. And, we have a great product with great campaigns, and Snappy Kraken really has it all. I mean, digital marketing campaigns for lead generation, prospect nurturing, client engagement campaigns, everything that I needed for my practice. I'm like, oh my gosh, like other advisors could definitely benefit from this. So I figured, hey, is there an opportunity for me? Could I help other people, other advisors, and make a further impact on the industry, and maybe still keep my financial planning licenses to serve clients, because I enjoy that. And that opportunity, did present itself, luckily, after some talks. And that's what happened. That's how I got to Snappy Kraken. And then throughout that, there's a little bit more to it and how we ended up with combos, but I'll just pause there for a second.